Time. If y'all noticing something different about me tonight, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's that beard. That beard is gone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I don't smoke. I don't smoke or drink. Thank you. I appreciate it. What up? What up? Okay. This is who got jazzed up. Look at you.
Hey.
What's going on with you? What's the event? Cause you jazzed up like you about to step out on a red carpet.
I would hope not. This ain't no red carpet dress, but
it look good though. It look good. What's been going on?
Okay.
What's been going on with you?
Just working. Honestly, just working.
Just working. You working two jobs or just that one? That one job. I don't even know. Oh, shit, I ain't talked to you in so long.
Well, I don't have two jobs. I have a career and then I always have a job.
Oh, okay.
So anytime I have like these little side jobs, they're good jobs. But like my salary, I consider it my career. So I don't really try to be like I have two jobs. I just be working in the summer and then I have a different career during September and June. You know.
Okay, no, I feel it. I most definitely feel it. You know, shit, I need to get some different. I need to get some different streams of income myself. You said what now?
I said annual.
You said annual?
And you? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, shit. I'm pretty sure you. I'm doing good. You probably can see a little bit, know a little bit, but from what the Bigo plays. But other than that, I'm doing all right, man. Actually, I'm doing good. Let me stop being modest. I'm doing good, man. I'm in a good space right now. I'm in a good space right now. Just building. Got good people around me that care for me, family members, and you know, just building in this new space, this new chapter in my life right now. Okay, all right, Haylis. That's about it.
Oh, okay, so
okay, that's how y'all giving it up over there. Love you, baby. Love you, sis.
Baby.
We're gonna chop it down before the end of the night. I want to try to get to 2 boxes. I'm gonna kick it with y'all for sure. So by the end of the night, I'm gonna try to get to 2 boxes. So if we can chop this shit down, I'm at this 5th star right now. If we can push to get to this first box, I appreciate it. Even though I just hit the live button, I really haven't got too many people over here yet. But as y'all come through, make sure y'all share the live for me, and make sure y'all help me hit this box, my first box for the night. You know, I'm gonna kick it with y'all for sure. Yeah.
Someone asked, why 20 minutes? Do we have enough content for 20 minutes, TK? I think so.
Yeah, I mean, for way more than 20 minutes. Whatever, my baby. I see Armani. Hey, baby. I see you.
Hey, Armani.
Rich people, but love you, boo. Thank you for sharing the live, sis. Thank you, 7-Up. Okay, 7-Up. Appreciate it.
No, don't keep up with TKO people. Y'all crazy.
That's okay. Speak life into them.
Not keep up with TKO, my supporters.
Appreciate the love.
It would be nice to win one. It would be nice to win one. Cause
you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You got some people over there.
I believe in myself.
Especially the ones who don't fuck with me. They be like, man, just off the strip and not fuck with me. They be like, hold on, now you're gonna get this one. You're gonna get this one.
He has to lose. He has to lose in life.
What's up, Paradise?
So, a lot of people not a lot of people, but a couple people were asking a couple questions and stuff. So, I want to give people the opportunity to just ask us questions or whatever the case may be. Saturn just finished texting me that he's going to send me money every week or whatever the case may be. And people were like, maybe you shouldn't speak with TKO or whatever the case may be. But if he's not using things to control and he actually wants to just help a person out or whatever the case may be, then that's his prerogative. But I don't think that I should be threatened by anything of don't do this or don't do that if I'm going to send you this money because that was his decision.
Yeah,
am I wrong if I take the money?
No, you're not wrong for that. But I'm gonna keep it 100. And this is where she probably hate me, y'all. Have you had a talk with him? And did you ask him? Did he say that? Or does he think that?
No, I don't. That's why I was asking my supporters. I said, do you think it would be manipulative for me to take the money?
No. That's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking with what we putting out there in the universe right now to the supporters. What if he don't even have that mindset? So did you at least have a conversation and know that he doesn't even have that mindset? Because we don't want to insinuate that's how he thinks, because I know he'll be offended, because I know I'll be offended. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to sharpen up a little bit, because if he is showing you some love and stuff like that, leave it just like that. Let him show you some love. And if his actions show you that he's in his feelings about it, then you go off his actions. But if he haven't produced that for you, I'll just leave it like it is. He might fuck with you. He might fuck with you regardless. It might be coming from a genuine place. He seems like he may be genuine. I don't really know too much about him as far as on the back end and things of that nature. But to answer your question,
I think you know him more than me.
What? You was in a relationship with him? I let him off the. What you mean?
You spoke it to him for many hours.
Are you talking about on Bigo? Oh yeah. I mean, on that level, on that level. Now he seems like he's a smart dude. But to answer your question though, nah, I don't think that you should not. If somebody want to give you money, I'm the last person that's gonna tell you not to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, somebody want to give you some money and help you out. I think that's a blessing. It's a blessing.
So you haven't learned anything then by giving me that advice.
What you mean? What's up, Hazel? Wait, somebody want to give you money? You asked me, should you take the money or not? I said, yeah. I think that's a blessing for somebody to want to help you out if it's coming from a genuine place and no strings attached.
But we don't you know a little bit of experience of things come with money?
Well, you haven't met this man, right? Well, I don't know. You haven't met this man. So, if you haven't met him and he's sending you something, I don't know what too much can come from it, from my understanding. And even if y'all did meet, it still don't mean nothing. But I'm just saying, like, if he want to send you money, all money ain't good money if that's what you're making. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
However, if this was a person that you was dealing with, y'all no longer dealing with each other, and he feels the need or feel compelled to still bless you, then receive that blessing. Why not?
Because we had spoke earlier. People could say what they want in the comments. They just never know nothing.
Okay.
We had spoke earlier, and it had made me second guess.
Okay.
So I was like, and then I just decided I'm gonna get dressed, I'm gonna get pretty, and I'm gonna still do what I think he wants to do as well, because I also want to do that. And I don't like thinking about, I think you know more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling of like, it's like almost like a person just trying to control you.
Oh, yeah.
With money.
Oh, through certain, are telling you they're going to do certain things so you can move a certain type of way. So you didn't tell me the back end. You didn't tell me I had a conversation. The conversation made you feel like that. So that opens up something totally different. I thought you was kind of projecting. So I want to apologize, because obviously you wasn't projecting. You had a conversation with him earlier, and that's why you feel like you feel, correct?
Right.
Okay. Well,
but that's neither here or there in terms of that. I just wanted to clear that part out, because I was feeling that was just my little conscience, I guess.
Right. So, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and only you can answer this question. Not even answer this question, but feel what I'm about to tell you. What's up, Hazel? Thank you, baby. Just go off of what your gut, what your instinct tell you, not off of what your head tell you. Your head gonna tell you, thank you, Big Millie, baby. Your head gonna tell you, yeah, baby, go ahead and boom. But if your spirit's telling you, if you're using discernment and it's saying, you know what, I'm cool, then go with the discernment over spirit over heart and head. Some people say spirit over heart or heart. Some people say head over heart and heart over head. Don't do none of those. Right. Go with the spirit. Go with your discernment. I can't tell you. I think I'll be wrong to tell you anything else because I'm not spirit. You feel what I'm saying? So all I can do is give you the suggestion to go with your spirit. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate it.
So how do you feel about everyone saying that, like, and obviously the tables always turn every single day, but majority of the days, people are saying that we should be together. How do you feel about that? Do you think there's any logic to that? Do you think about it in your own time? And are you happy with the way that things ended with us?
Okay, you asked two. Let's go off the first one first so I won't get round up. The first one is, go ahead and say the first one again for me, because these are two totally different questions, so I want to make sure that I'm giving you the proper answer.
How do you feel about majority of my supporters? I'm not sure about yours, but my supporters believe that when they come in my live and they listen to me talk and they spend some time with me, they suggest that we should try again. How do you feel about that?
So the first thing I would ask you is, how do you feel about them saying that? Because these are your supporters, and only you know your supporters. I don't know them. So to help me gauge that question, I don't know your supporters. I don't know who's saying it. So how do you feel about them saying it? How does that make you feel?
You still make me nervous inside. So
good
that question, both. And I think that sometimes when I am using my discernment and my intuition is telling me go this route, and obviously if it leads to whatever failure that it leads to, we start to doubt ourselves, which is not the right thing to do, because just because we failed at something doesn't mean, it's not the way to go. It just sometimes means try again.
Okay. So that's a fair. Thank you for answering that question. How do I feel about your supporters saying it? I honestly would want to know, in what context they say it. Do they say it as far as like, girl, get up? Because I think you're gonna be able to understand me a little bit on this. Some people be like, Capone, go find somebody else. Or they tell my ex, go find somebody else so we can get over somebody else who's just not with. So are they saying it in the context of, well, stop fucking with old dude, you should fuck with TK again? Or are they saying it like, I think that TK is just a good fit for you. I think that you and TK just be a good fit with each other just because. Even if you was talking to the old dude, I think that TK. So I would have to know what context that they're saying it in. Because if they're just saying it like, oh yeah, get over this next nigga, you don't even need him, go fuck with TK, y'all should try it again, then I wouldn't think nothing of that. But if they're saying it in the context of, I just think that y'all would be a good fit for each other, and this is why, because blah, 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 then I'll be like, okay, I want to see some perspectives upon it, on why people think that what they do. So y'all probably just want to know who's saying it and why they say what they say, because I think that means a lot to me. The intentions on why they say what they say means more to me. However, the second question was what? What was the second question?
How do you feel about the way that we just stopped talking to each other?
I don't think that we just stopped talking to each other. I think that some bullshit happened. Some bullshit happened, and it wasn't handled properly, and we got into it. You know what I'm saying? We fell out, and that's why I don't look at it like we just stopped talking to each other. I look at it like everything blew up and fell out. There was a lot of disrespect in there. We both was in our feelings on both sides. Maybe you feel like I did you wrong. I feel like you did me wrong, and things of that nature. So I just, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for sure. Yeah, it's unfortunate. To answer your question, you said what? How do you feel about that question? The same question you asked me. I didn't answer the question. She asked me how. I actually answered the question in totality.
Where do I begin? Do you feel that you made the best decision for yourself with me and you?
It depends on what the timeline was. Like on what timeline, at the very end, in the middle, at the beginning, what part? Because these are all different times. At certain times I probably did, and at certain times I think I did. So you got to tell me what time are we talking about?
In its entirety.
You can't do that. So in the question, I can tell you off the get-go, at the beginning of me knowing you, I don't think I handled that very well, because no matter what, if I wanted to pursue you, I should have pursued you because I kept it real and I put it all out there. You know, I should have never stopped talking to you if that what I felt like I should have did internally. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think I handled that right. But the way the end was handled with the disrespect, I think I handled that right. I don't think I should have. Huh?
And what did you feel that I did you wrong in?
It's not a feel. I don't go off of what I feel. I go off of what I know. This disrespect, clowning me on live, putting my business out there and all that type of shit, and saying all these things about me and shit like that, and even to the point to when I came into Saturn's Live, you kicked me out. It was just stuff like that. It's just like something totally different. So, that wasn't cool.
Is this a like anything goes type of thing? Or are we being nice?
I can't tell you how to be. I can't tell you how to be if you don't want to be nice. If you want to be mean, go ahead and be mean. I think the worst is already transpired, but I be mean. I don't want to be on no negative shit. I don't want to, but that's me. I'm not going to stop you from speaking on how you want to speak to me right now.
So some of the things that you told me that were told to me, obviously off the app, were they true?
It just depends on what we're talking about. It just depends on certain things. We've talked a lot off the app.
Y'all say I don't answer nothing. This man
but you're asking open questions. You gotta understand what you're saying to me. You're saying things like, all right, does it help you if you? I mean, would it help you better to be like, you want to send me a text, be like, well, can I say this specific thing? Because you're realizing what you're saying to me, like you're speaking broadly. So that my mind can go anywhere, and I can say a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, I would think if anything that I've ever said to you off the app was true, yeah. Anything that I've ever said to you off the app was true. I mean, you don't even really got to tell me anything. Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess as a man, it's easier for you to, I guess, move on in a way. Is that fair to say? It may not be true, but is that fair to say?
Well, now, because men don't necessarily move on easily. I was just not telling them a story about my last monogamous relationship with an Ethiopian chick I was with for 3 years. I didn't get up, and we broke up in 2011. I didn't get over that girl until like 2016. You see what I'm saying? Like literally get her out of my system. So I don't think that's true because I'm a man. I don't think gender has nothing to do with it. I just think that it depends on if they relate. Like with me and you, we never even got to a point to where we was even together in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? So we didn't get to build. we never got that build there. So it's not about.
But do you agree that with the way that you speak and the psychological reasons that you say the things that you say to plant seeds into people when you were with Korea, because now you are not with Korea.
Right.
So the pain body doesn't have to speak the same way that we were speaking when we were with a certain person, because we have to learn to allow that to let go. Not only for other people, because fuck other people, but for yourself.
Right,
So there were a lot of aspects that when you were with Korea, we couldn't talk about it, period. It was a secret. Let's just be real about it. And
well, I don't think everything's I don't look at it as a secret. I look at things as respect, as being in a relationship. Okay. So if you with a certain part, let's say if you were still with Saturn, right? And it was certain things that you knew me before. You see how me and you knew each other, and we was trying to build upon each other. It didn't work out. And so imagine me coming back around, right? Seeing you with Saturn in a relationship, and me still wanting to be with you, or me still knowing certain conversations me and you had, right? And I'm like, well, you remember what me and you had with each other, and now you acting like this in front of everybody. And now that I feel like this, let me go ahead and put your business out there and put our conversations out there. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that that's secret. I just think it's a certain type of respect, because I would respect your situation, but we're different. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I don't look at it. I look at it as respect. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody that's already clearly uncomfortable, and please, I don't want you to say her name, because I don't want to seem like we're having a conversation about her. But if we know, me and you know, right? So if you already know that she's uncomfortable about certain things, right? Then how do you expect me to be? And I'm in this relationship, because I'm not in my relationship with you. I'm in my relationship I was in my relationship with her. So at the same time, I got to be respectful for what it is. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you understand me. Maybe we're different people.
I mean, of course I understand you. Mm-hmm. It sounds nice to a person that wants it wrapped up in a bow. But when you wrap a bunch of dishonesty, betrayal, lies in a pretty pink bow and say, here, babe, I'm respecting you, or whatever the case may be, that still may not be what she want. Because at the end of the day, whether you thought you were respecting someone, you were still disrespecting someone in that same way, if that makes sense. The polarity happens at the same time. So by automatic, I'm being hurt. I'm the one that's getting the backlash of this. I'm the one that's like getting told all of the things that you were telling me, and waiting for a time where there was an opening, I guess, that was never going to occur.
Well,
so you can just let me say this last part real quick. So you can only imagine how it will make a person like me feel when she just blatantly says, I lied, I never wanted this, I was never going to allow this, and all of these things, because whether a person just thinks that they're hurting one person, you know what I'm saying? It's other factors involved when you are poly and when your man is pursuing other women. Because as you told me, I was the only woman that you actually went and said, hey, I like this girl. So like you said, it wasn't no secret.
Right. So this is where, hopefully, because I know you're a Pisces, so you're very sensitive, especially as a woman. So this is where you got to see it from, I don't even know if I want to say a man's perspective, or just this perspective of what I got to do on principles, right? Rather, because and then I'm gonna take accountability and tell you where I went wrong at. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you where I went wrong at, but let me at least first give you the understanding. And you ain't gonna like this, but when it comes down to the woman I'm with and the woman that I'm interested in, I'm gonna value the woman that I'm with more. Like I'm gonna value how she feels more than the woman that I'm interested in. So even though I fuck with you and I wanted to build with you, I'm still gonna value my woman because this is my woman. You somebody I'm interested in and was trying to build with. So that's what,
and that sounds, and just to cut you off real quick, that sounds good. But when it's coming across as if you're disrespecting her,
you gotta let me finish. You just gotta let me finish. So just so you can get a full understanding and totality. Damn, I forgot my thought. Go ahead. I forgot my thought. I was getting.
You were saying the respect level, and you respect when you're a woman that you're interested in versus a woman that you're building with. You're gonna respect her more.
Yeah, I'm gonna value how they feel more. So even though we know that it wasn't a secret, and I brought you to whatever, we don't even gotta say that because we already know the story. Me and you already know the story, and even though we already know where I went wrong at, this is where I went wrong at, and as a man, I had to learn this. If you're a very open person that comes down to your relationship, I'm talking to myself. If you're a very open person and you lay down everything on the table and you don't sneak around, you don't never do that type of shit. You're a poly man and you move like a lot. And you did that in this situation. You said, "Hey, this girl got my interest, queen. I'm thinking about pursuing her. This is who she is. If I'm doing that and somebody gets mad about that, as a man,
but is that what I was doing?
No, not you. It's not you. I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
I'm not talking about you. And somebody gets mad about that, right? I'm mad about my honesty about that I want to engage with this woman. Where I went wrong at as a man is I should have stood on that. But I allowed myself to say, you know what? I love this woman. I don't want no problems. And then the sneaking and certain conversations start happening, going on. Not the sneaking of having sex, not the sneaking of meeting up, but this every once in a while we may text each other because we didn't stay in contact with each other and shit like that. We would go months sometimes without talking. But that's where I went wrong at, and I got to take accountability because that's where it causes to confusion. So when things are on the wrong discord with my relationship, even though I've already brought you to her attention, I know that she's going to get upset. So instead of me just standing in my integrity as a man should, I compromised my integrity because I didn't want to have no home where it wasn't happy no more. So that's when I
set me up. But in turn, you set me up for.
And let me finish. So you can understand. See, the more you allow me to talk, is the more you're going to understand how much I understand you. So when I started doing that, now I'm pushing you to the side to where you just feeling like, damn, he's a poly man. He let her know uphand. I feel this man. I want to be with this man, and I don't even get the opportunity to be with this dude. Or anytime when he does talk to me, he talks to me in bits and pieces, and I know the connection could be there, or the connection is there. So at the end of the day, I know how you felt, but then it goes back to I put myself in that position, and I was wrong for putting myself in that position because it caused confusion on all ends. And that's just me taking accountability. So I knew that you was fucked up about that. Oh, go ahead. What?
You never apologized to me. You never came to me. You may have felt that even if there's a hierarchy in place, which I understand that more than anyone. I'm not here to disrespect any woman. When we first fucking met up, it was all love. It wasn't even on that type of motherfucking time. It was literally all love. We did not expect it. Period.
Right.
It was a pure surprise. And the fact that I felt like you could not live in your truth, you could not apply your vision, and listen, that's my opinion. And I may be wrong, but at the end of the day, when I see a man and I see a man that can be greater, and he's allowing me to be in the essence of his life, and he's telling me, hey, just put your head down and everything's gonna motherfucking work out because she's gonna come around. Like, you're not telling me that we're just not talking and I'm literally leaving you alone to get shit right. And you know that. You know I was looking at jobs in Vegas. You know that I booked the flight in Vegas. You know that I was there to meet up with you and Armani. It wasn't we gonna just be whatever, and if we talk, we talk, we don't. It was keep your head down until shit fucking works out for us, because I had no intention of being with anyone else.
All right, so just make sure that when I speak that you don't cut me off. Well, I've never told you to keep your head down until this is done. So if you are going to speak, to say this is not verbatim, because I never told you to keep your head down until this is all done, because we never stayed in contact through this. We never was on good terms. There's so many times where we even got into it to where we had stopped talking for 3 or 4 months, and then we start talking back again and being cool with each other. So I don't want to make it seem like when I first met you and I introduced you to my ex that I'll say, oh, you know what, she's not happy with it. So 2 years later or a year and a half later, I'm just stringing you along. So we're not gonna do that. We don't want to manipulate or make or insinuate.
So but that's why I asked you. You know what? I said I wasn't gonna cut you off.
Yes. So I used the wrong word, not manipulate, but I don't want to insinuate that's what I did to you. Like I just said, oh, okay, well, now I'm gonna keep you on hush mode. No, what happened was. Did y'all hear a doorbell? Am I tripping? Y'all heard a doorbell, right? My son supposed to be coming? Did he say he was coming? Okay. I don't know who this is. I can't see. Oh, yes, my son. I'm like, who is at my door? Why you didn't call me? I don't know. Yeah. I went to the same ocean. All right, that's cool. You good? Yeah. Pardon me for that knowledge.
It's okay. I just want to say, like, you say that it's when I said earlier, you speak very well with your words, and you know how to formulate your words in a way that will create a storyline in people's heads. So people's storyline, when you respond to me online, is making it seem like, right, as if, and even though it's not the truth, I'm just letting you know. And this is mainly coming from your side, because my side, who comes to my live and who knows me every day, knows I'm not fucking delusional. But the point of the matter is, you say that you didn't want to keep me on hush or whatever the case may be, but as soon as I even said anything, I didn't even have a chance with you, because you never yelled at me before, and you yelled at me. So I knew you were mad at me because you yelled at me. And I know that you only going to do that if I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable. And I think after that, we just ended up just not talking. But my thing is, when you express certain things to women, like earlier, right? You called me and you said, let's speak about this public. I text you, you text me back. I think I text you, and then you called me today, or whatever the case may be. Like, let's.
Because I feel like, this is what I feel like. If you text me behind the scenes and you apologize to me, but it happened on public, then let's talk about it public.
But your supporters think that I'm lining you because you got a new mansion now, and I want to fuck up your fucking life, or whatever the case may be, and I'm just desperate. When that's not the case.
No, that's your. I think your ego feels like that, so you want to validate that. You want to give them reassurance by doing that. When all you got to do is say, "Hey, I take accountability," kind of like what I'm doing. I disrespected this man on live. I hit him on the back end. It doesn't mean nobody got more power. I think a lot of people do a power struggle when it comes to me. When it's not about power, I don't feel nothing by saying I called you today and saying we should talk about this publicly. I don't have nothing because it happened publicly. So if people see that I'm being cool with you, I don't want them just to think that I'm being a certain type of way after I've been.
You know what it is? I think that I feel like, and this is just my opinion, that it's hard for you to express throughout this whole time, like how much you actually did like me. I feel like online you play me, you say slick jokes, you allow the narrative to run on I'm desperate and all these things. You don't correct anyone. You don't ever sit there and big me up or whatever the case may be. And it does make me wonder that the person that I did know, like which one is it? Is it this TKO
So let me ask you this real quick, because Pisces are very manipulative in conversation. I said, I'm thinking that we're going to talk about the stuff that you had texted me about. Right now, it seems like you're only expressing everything that you feel, and you put me in a corner to where I have to defend myself. You get what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry.
What is this conversation about validation for you? Or is this supposed to be, because now I feel like this is about me trying to defend my actions against you all of a sudden.
And you feel like I should be apologizing to you for on top of the apology that I already gave you, or whatever the case may be, that we decided to. I think it's just a lot of misunderstandings, because sometimes when we think certain things as women, we are thinking through our emotions. So when you were thinking of this conversation, maybe you were thinking about it in the logical sense, and maybe I'm thinking about it in an emotional sense, because I feel like the way that you make it seem when you speak about us is not how I thought of us.
Okay, that's fair, right? We're different people, but what I'm saying is this. Why are you more, it's not just you, but it seems like it's a pattern with the women I deal with. And this is probably why you feel the way that you feel. I get a lot of people that I've dealt with be vulnerable, be transparent, and be apologetic to me in private, but only in private. But when it comes to social media, they put me in these corners to where as I'm a bad man and I'm treating them wrong and I'm fronting on them. And I'm like, wait a minute, but we didn't just now talk about this. This wasn't a conversation. This wasn't the tone. So it makes me feel like, is this about are we trying to get an understanding to come on, like even playground, or is this me trying to vent to all of my people that's up in here, something to make you feel good? Because that's not where I'm coming from. I thought you was gonna come to me. I thought we was gonna continue what was going on. Even though you only said what you said, and I said thank you, I appreciate it, or whatever I said. I mean, I could read my response to you, but it was. I don't understand what we're doing right now, because now it feels like it's something that I'm doing wrong, and now you're putting everything out there that you've already said without me being there, and you just want me to confirm it for you. And I'm like, I didn't know what this was about. This conversation was going to be about, for me, about to confirm. I thought you was going to, because you came to me publicly and slandered me, so I thought you was going to try to make things right with me right now in front of everybody. And we was going to build off of that. That's what you should be doing, because that's the last thing that happened, not what happened before. Because you didn't come to me in that type of conversation on the phone. You didn't say, all this stuff that we talk about now. So I don't know why we talk about all of that stuff now.
So I'm supposed to not acknowledge anything that you've done.
You didn't even acknowledge that in the last text message you sent me. So why are we acknowledge? So okay, let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you a reverse question. So you're not supposed to come to me in public and acknowledge what you did wrong and apologize to me? Why are you so comfortable to do it in private?
Because it's a private matter. But according to you, our connection wasn't even close. So then what are we even talking about?
Hold on. I'm glad you said that because it was a private matter that you made public.
I made public because you misled me. And you not and not so once have you said that. Not once have you said I did tell this girl that she was gonna be or whatever the case may be. Like not once. So we were on a misunderstanding of what we were about to have disclosure on.
It ain't no misunderstanding. I just said that. I just not said where I went wrong. I don't know how much more validation you need for your ego. I'm being very direct. I'm not being smooth with my words. I'm not being manipulative. I just took accountability for something that you were supposed to be coming up for taking accountability for. You get what I'm saying? I did what I needed to do. I don't need to be checked on that because I've already healed in my journey. So right now, all I'm saying is for you to put your big girl panties on and talk about what you have did wrong and how you handled it. So we can be on common ground. It's not no big me or big you. We both just having a mutual conversation, and I feel like you want to be validated about the things that I've been wrong with, or you want me to confirm that, hey, I like knowledge. People know I liked you, knowledge. Korea knew I liked you, knowledge. That's why I brought you to her. How much more validation you need? You said you was coming to Vegas, and I was mad that you didn't even come to dinner with me and Armani. I said that live. So how much more? Fuck the ego. We gotta stop doing that. If you want to talk to me and you want me to really feel you, then you gotta scratch all that other bullshit and come to me in a real way that's gonna allow yourself to be vulnerable and transparent, like the way that I'm being vulnerable and transparent. Because I don't need you to make me look good. I don't need no validation from you, but I'm just being honest with my emotions for you, and you're not being honest about things.
But we haven't even got to that. But maybe we haven't even got to that point in our conversation. We haven't even got to that build-up yet. Maybe I wanted to get some things out the way before I felt the need, and that might be biased and that might be conditional, but I have my guard up with you because of the things that we did go through. So I'm just asking certain questions before we get into that fucking loving space, because I don't know if I want to allow you in that energy again where you're different. So do you think that you being honest with me is allowing me in the energy? You hit me. So do you think that? So hold on. So do you think that text message that you sent me allowed me to be in your energy? You was just coming to me speaking your truth that I thought it was the truth, but now it makes me question because I have certain questions about truth? The things that you made me feel the opposite of. No, not because of that, Queen. It's because of the way that you're going about this. Because if you feel like you can be in that space to tell me this behind the scenes when you already publicly slander me, how would that look for you to tell me something behind the scenes and we're cool and I hit you back and I say, if you're gonna speak about one in all one nutshell, it's all good. I ain't tripping. Hold on, but let me finish, love. So if the last time people see me and you interacting, they seen you disrespecting me, right? You got to look at it from my perspective. This is how people communicate. This is about having emotional intelligence. If the last time people seen us communicating was with you slandering and disrespecting me, right? But then on the back end, you apologize to me, and I say, nah, it's cool. But then we just back cool again online. How does that look? How does that make me look? So right now, we're supposed to be building upon that, but we're not addressing that. It's like, oh yeah, Capone, you did this to me, and let them know that you really wanted to fuck with me, and let them know I was gonna be a drip angel, but you didn't let me be a drip angel because of your ex. It's like it's more so like validating the ego. And I was like, wait a minute, how we get on this conversation? I'm thinking you was gonna talk about how you handle things, and we was gonna move, and then hopefully we can open up anything after that. But I haven't even really spoken to you since. So you like honestly, I haven't even really spoken to you since. So if you haven't spoken to me then, Queen, why are we talking about all that nonsense? Stuck energy that I was just feeling. Like, it was just stuck energy. I was just being petty, and it was stuck energy that I felt like, I feel like you and her always negated the fact, like, it was always, nah, she was never around. I don't know what she's talking about. She's crazy. She's this. She's that. And, it's like, after a while, you just kind of want to hear, like, no, that's not true, actually. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it is an ego thing, and I'm still got a lot to learn, obviously, but that's not the That shouldn't be the focal point. That shouldn't be the focal point on the lesson, if that makes sense. Like, I get that I'm still wrong in the ego and all these things, but there's still a lesson to be learned here.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? When did you and Saturn break up? How long ago was that? Oh, it's been a while ago? I've been separated for a little bit now? About a week? And don't try to downplay it. Pisces be trying to downplay shit so much, like y'all so, like I don't even know. It was, come on, don't do that to them. Y'all be together next week. But the reason why I asked you that is, do you think I'm gonna ask you something very, I need you to listen to the question before you answer it. Like, really listen to it. Do you think you're even in the space to really even be talking to somebody that you once, I don't know how you feel today, but you once wanted to be with? Like, do you think you might be in like vulnerability right now? And your emotions might be everywhere, because you are a Pisces too at that. So I ain't trying to start out the sign right there, but do you think this is even a comfortable space? Because that's fresh. It seems like that's fresh right now. You just got out of a relationship with a person that I'm pretty sure you love them. I'm pretty sure y'all told each other they love, and you talk a lot. I know he talk a lot, so I know y'all had a lot of intellectual conversations. Do you think that this is even a good space for you right now?
I don't, but I'm not I'm working and distracting myself more so than just healing right now, and I'm very aware of that, because I know that once I get to the healing, it's going to be a fast-paced thing, because I already know what to do. I know to act with love. I know that I don't need to be in my ego. I know that there's certain vibrations that I just need to match wholeheartedly in order to just heal. But I'm being stubborn right now, and I'm being a rebel.
I like that. I like that you being honest about that. Because a lot of people won't even admit that. And to the person that said that I got out of a relationship with Korea and now I'm with Boss Life, no. I was in a relationship with Armani and Korea when I chose Boss Life. Boss Life was my woman. I was in a relationship with all three of them at the same time. Thank you. Come again. But yeah, so if it's anything, if you feel like you don't want to allow your energy to be in that space to where you can come to me in a certain type of way that's needed, then we can wait until you get into that type of space, because that's why I hit you today. Like, man, let's have a public conversation, because I don't want to just appear like I'm over here just being dumb. Like, wait, Capone, she was just not talking shit about you. Now you all up being cool with her.
And I mean, I don't like to go toe to toe with you with this psychology shit, because like what we end up doing is debating where we don't want to speak to each other. But you can't have a philosophy of your women coming in and being so strong-headed where we don't care about social media or whatever the case may be, and being far beyond what the fuck people care about, and then say that one-liner that you just said. Who gives a fuck how we got cool? Who gives a fuck?
But you only say that when it's your benefit. See, that's the problem that I have in my relationships, because that'll benefit you. So now it's like, who gives a fuck, because it benefits you. But if you had that type of attitude,
that's what I'm saying. We go. This is why we end up arguing, because a lot of people don't know that when we used to speak, we used to go. We have different philosophies. We want the same motherfucking end result, but we both end up failing some way or another, and we don't see that shit. So where it be certain things that I used to tell you that I'm not looking for validation within this conversation. It's just a true conversation that we never really had. Like, at the end of the day, no woman wants to feel like they haven't been chosen or weren't chose. No woman. So I apologize for being bitter in that way and talking shit on live and deciding, hey, I'm going to spread our business and tell people what the fuck we did, because I didn't get what I want. Because that's only being a big ass fucking baby, and I was just mad that you didn't that you basically chose career feelings over mine. And that's the shallow part of it. But when I really thought about it, I got even more angry because you not only chose her feelings over mine, you chose her feelings over your vision. You chose her feelings over the things that you wanted, that we spoke 3 hours about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we connected on, that we didn't even have to get a script for. We were very compatible when we spoke. The things that you wanted were the same things that I wanted, and I knew how to get it. You knew how to get it. I have the means to get it. I knew exactly what it meant to be in a poly relationship and have that love for everyone. And when you were expressing to me that you weren't experiencing those type of feelings, what more can I do but want to nurture you more? You know what I'm saying? Like, I fell back off of my own emotions because as Pisces, we have to just not look at the trigger. We just have to get away.
And let me say this. Let me confirm everything she's saying is 100% correct. This girl is not crazy. When it comes down to the things that she's saying right now, I agree with that. And not only that, the way you were coming to me, and this is why I had to take accountability, is I had like 5 different females that came to me in something in a way that was similar. You know what I'm saying? So I know that nobody's making this up. You know, a lot of people felt like my poly wasn't even approachable. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nobody's fault. It wasn't my ex's fault. So I don't want nobody to put that on her. It was my fault. If I'm in this relationship and I'm supposed to be running my relationship, then I'm supposed to have control. And I didn't allow myself to have that control.
And that's
me.
But that's
not nobody else's
really
fault.
big
Nobody can fault my ex.
I don't go into your lives much anymore. Like, in the past few months, I've been in your lives just a few times. But I've never. I don't want it to be validation, but if that's what you want to call it, I'm a woman. like I need to hear some shit sometimes. I need to know that you were not a piece of shit ass motherfucking nigga that just used me and manipulated me and told me what the fuck I wanted to hear, and in the end I didn't get what I want because I'm an idiot. That's not the logic. I couldn't believe it. No matter how many times 200, 300, 400 people say it, I know that you are not that person.
But you said I was the person too, though. You see what I'm saying? You called me that person.
If anyone from my life that's consistently in my life, I defend you all the time.
Hold on. Love. This is what we got. If we're gonna start new and be cordial, then we got to be honest. You have insinuated, if not said words verbatim, that took away everything you just put on the table about me. But a lot of people, everybody I deal with, do the same thing. They'll say all these good things. He's a good man. Oh, but he's not a horrible man. He's da-da-da-da. So I want to know, what do you really feel? You get what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable with that. Just tell me what you really feel, because I don't know what I really feel. When things don't go your way, because I've heard both sides, so I'm not gonna be surprised.
I feel like the day that I met you, that we were on that panel, and I was quiet when all these girls was yelling over each other and all these things, and you came into my life, that was the person that you are. Now, nobody needs to know who that person was. Nobody needs to know.
That's who they see that person a lot. They see that person right now. Don't you think that's similar? The way I'm talking right now? That's how I was with you in that line.
Except
sure.
When...
Now we got history. So all that can clutter you know, and add to that. You didn't know me from a can of paint.
You didn't came up, so I didn't even see the change.
You get that person.
You just see TKO Capone, you know, whatever the case may be.
Girl, cut it out. You knew me before I came in that room. Don't act like that's been your first time you see me. Don't act like that was the first time you see me in there when I was in your box. Y'all be playing. I'm gonna let you have it.
You know damn well I ain't never see your ass. I ain't never see you. I ain't never know you. I ain't never watch you. Ain't nobody come in and suggest you. Ain't nobody tell me about you. Because I just don't be on Bigo. Like, so I just come on. Like, and when you send me those videos, what was, can we talk about that?
What videos? Which videos? And I sent you what videos?
Of, like, so it will make me.
See, but you see how stuff don't open? You see how stuff be open when we say certain things? I was straight, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. What video? But if we would have left that right there, it would have. Okay, so you talk about all the phone. Oh, to get the know. Okay, all right, so look, what she's saying, y'all, is she was saying she didn't know too much about me, so I sent her some videos on all things TKO Capone, that channel, so she could see who I am, and was it some videos of like the poly and everything that I'm doing?
And I don't want you to get mad at me because I'm a smart woman, and I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but you know what you do, and it's tricky because you think great, fun, and then it's like, no, nobody could come in. This is not even what this is like. You know, it's different. Like, you, no, because you get
break
mad.
Break it down to me, because I can't read between the lines.
You get mad.
So are you saying that, but this, I think this was the problem back then. So are you saying like right now, I'm just going to be blunt with you. Just let me know. Just say yes or no, all right? Like right now, we're having a great conversation. We smiling, seem like we vibing, we intellectually having a good conversation. And I'm basically am I leading you on? And then I'm like, no, but I ain't with nobody. Is that what you're saying? Like give me an understanding. I don't want to pull the wrong thing. I'm trying to make sure I'm reading between the lines.
It can seem like what you are.
Saying I'm being.
Let's not take it away from you. You are the man that I seen in those videos. But maybe some of the people in those videos may not be the people that they may come across to be. So it can seem as if the dynamic is either more together or more foundational than what it appears to be, which is fine. A happy home should not be motherfucking told, like, it should be told outside is a happy home and what's going on inside is going on inside. But when, I guess now that the towers just have fallen and what I said have been said, there's no reason sometimes to just speak in, like you said, it's a respect level. Like whether the comments say riddles or not, I know what I'm doing and I know why I'm speaking in riddles. He understands me and that's all that fucking matters, guys. So go ahead.
But what I always wanted to try to get to you to understand is, I bet you all the comments is going to agree with me. Nobody had to, like you never had to come forth to tell people that such and such wasn't accepting you, because everybody knew her attitude already, and she made that known. So it wasn't that we was portraying this old poly and anybody can come in. Everybody already knew that she wasn't fun of anybody joining that dynamic. It wasn't that we was living a lie. She made that known. People could see it was known. It wasn't like we was living a fairy tale life. You get what I'm saying? But I think that because I did choose certain things regarding my relationship, it made other people feel. It made you feel like I was basically shitting on you, and I get why you would want to be validated. So even though I make a big deal about you being validated and being in the ego, I do see, especially you being a woman, I do see why you do so. Not everything you do and how you did it, but I can't say that a woman gonna want to be like, wait a minute, but I know what we had. It was a cool connection. It was organic. Blah 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 blah. It was cool. You presented me to your girlfriend. You did everything right. Now you getting thrown up under the bus as if you a sneaky type of nigga, and you knew that wasn't what I was doing.
Right, and that
but at the same time,
that bothered me because your own women that say that love you kept with that narrative and continued with that narrative, and how
but
I understand that, but like that's where the basis is. So that's where you're saying, and I agree with you with that. That's where the validation will come from, because it's like, I don't know. If you see it, then hey, the way that you're saying it right now, you see what I'm seeing, and I guess that's all that matters. I wasn't aware that you really were aware of that.
Of course. But not only was I aware of it, everybody can see. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when it came down to certain things, that's why I would get so upset. I'm like, but you. Like, we all know what, like, I don't understand why we doing, like, we bringing shit to social media. Like, it's just, but at the same time, it's just, I get it, because, and I just fell off. It's like, even with my ex and people, I don't even tell them how to be, because it seems like I'm trying to keep you from having a voice. Like, oh, well, you can't speak your truth. So now I just sit back and let people move the way they move. You get what I'm saying? You know, but, yeah, I think I don't think nobody's ignorant to how things was in my dynamic. Even Armani comes live and say, you know, she fell back. So it wasn't like this poly dynamic wasn't polying. The poly wasn't polying. You feel what I'm saying? And however, guess what? It still wasn't nobody's fault. It wasn't Armani's fault. It wasn't my ex's fault. It was my fault.
So do you take accountability in the many women that you have stringed along, in a sense, that basically haven't made it? Because if Boss Life is the only one that's there, in a sense, and I'm sure that you have spoken to many women, I think the reason why a lot of women did come out and express themselves was for the reasons that I've told you. And I think what you never gave them, what you're telling me now, and that's why they continue.
This is what you do. Sometimes you ask me a question, then you start talking, and then you start projecting. So, because you just not put yourself in the same circle as all the other women. And that was,
I mean, the way you making it seem like it's like I wasn't nothing anyway. So it's like, you know, and I'm not being petty because I know that I was something to you, but the way that you making it seem like it's like, you know, we spoke a couple times, like I didn't make it in through the poly auditions, and it is what it is. Like, why I'm so bitter.
I don't think nobody in my comments think that I'm making it seem like that. I think I'm being very direct, and once again, I think you want me to continue to validate something. People are not dumb. The way I express myself, I'm not downplaying nothing. But for some reason, it's like what you digging for something. You know what I'm saying? You digging for, it's like you want me to confess something. Like you're digging for something and you're not going like I know what it is. You get what I'm saying? And once again, the pendulum is swinging to where it's more so like now I'm sitting right here and I'm continuing taking accountability when this was never supposed to be the conversation in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Like it shifted once again to what I'm trying to do, and it's like, however, the way that you heal is you got to start taking accountability for your self-knowledge of where you went wrong at, even through the whole process.
But I went wrong when I invested in the flight and spent thousands or whatever to be in Vegas by myself. I went wrong then.
They don't got nothing to do with me because you didn't come and see me. You were supposed to, so you went wrong with not coming to see me when I allowed you. So even in the midst of my relationship with my ex, and I let her know. I let my ex know that you was coming and I was having dinner with you. And I spoke to Armani, and me and Armani was going to hook up with you. You got in your feelings.
And why did I get in my feelings? Do you remember?
Say it. Say it. Thank you, Kim.
Because the same night in February, Barbie went live. She had thousands of people in her room and told everyone that I was coming to Vegas. And they trolled the shit out of me in my motherfucking live and was like, why Barbie is saying that you're going to Vegas and calling Korea and he calling Korea a fat bitch. That was me. That was in the same sentence. Knowledge, fat bitch, and Korea was in the same sentence.
So hold on. So what I'm asking you is, what in the fuck do that got to do with
you? Allow.
You said you got to fight from Harlem. You got to fight from New York to come out here to see me, to be in Vegas, so you can meet me and meet Armani. And you said, well, such and such went live and said I was going. What did that fuck did I got to do with anything? But take accountability. You're not
whether Barbie was lying or not. I honestly did not want anyone to know that I was coming to Vegas, and I did. The only reason I did not want anyone to know I was coming to Vegas to see you. Just go kill yourself. How you get back so fast?
Nah, the one who be wanting validation the most on social media gonna say that she didn't want nobody to know that you was fucking with me. You didn't want nobody to know that you was fucking with me.
No, because Korea didn't like me, and nobody knew that.
First of all, listen. What you mean? I told Korea.
But nobody knew on Bigo. Because I was keeping my mouth shut from July all the way till fucking February to when I fucking met you. Whatever. You know what I mean. Not me too.
Why wouldn't so you want to keep it a secret now?
The same way we kept it a secret with the other thing. Everything was a secret at that. That's what I'm trying to fuck you. Like, I'm crazy. You're right. I am crazy.
Hold on. How is that a secret when I'm letting my
queens know? But then she fly back to Kentucky. She didn't want to meet me. She flew back.
She was already in wherever she was at. I called her and let her know. That's why she wasn't meeting up with you. It was me.
But why she didn't want to meet up with me?
Because she had just not been here the prior week. She wasn't in.
Nah, that's not what you told me. That's not what you told me. You told me that she was You told me that she was about to fucking. She had her flight already booked. I just so happened to be flying in the week, like you said, but she was very uncomfortable about me flying in.
But that's already.
But it wasn't known because at that moment, I wasn't on Bigo at that moment. So for my name to be in drama was weird to me.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. That's already known that she was uncomfortable with our relationship. If you would have been coming out here for me to meet you, that's already
nobody knew that. So for Barbie, it was weird for me that Barbie knew that because nobody.
Why are we talking about that? I don't get why are we. What does that got to do with anything? Hold on, listen. I make it. This is the point I'm trying to make because now we're not getting nowhere. If you wanted to build with me. And you was mad about the opportunity because you felt like I pushed you to the side because of my ex not accepting you a year prior or 8 months prior to you.
That's not what you asked me. You asked me why didn't I meet up with you in Vegas?
Hold on. Listen to the question, love. Because if we're gonna be defensive, this conversation is pointless. Because I'm not against you. I'm trying to get an understanding. So I got to be able to explain myself so you can give me the proper understanding, Queen. So. If you felt a certain type of way about feeling like I'm keeping you on the low, when I finally say, you know what, we're going to meet, and I'm going to let both of the women that I'm dealing with know, and I let them know, whether they're mad or not, whether they're uncomfortable or not. Now, wait a minute. Taking a flight there, he let his girls know, but now such and such said something about it.
Because why did you let Barbie know?
Why
did you let Barbie know? Like, why?
Oh my God. Wait, what is it? Listen, even if that was...
You were in your ego and you are not taking accountability.
No, you gotta listen to what you're saying, love. Even if that was the case, right? Let's say everything you're saying is 1,000% correct. What do that person that's not in my relationship have to do with you who wants to be in my relationship coming to Vegas?